What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital and welcome to the video. In this video, we're talking about three interesting stocks, three stocks that we've talked about a lot on this channel. We've interviewed their CEOs before, all three of their CEOs. So what are those three companies? We'll be getting into that a little bit later on, and we've got news about all three companies as all three of these stocks are on the move like crazy today, guys. So hope you enjoy this video. These are your market minutes. This is your daily recap. We're also talking a little bit about gold, silver, the indexes, and all of the other stocks and charts that we follow. So let's get straight into it. Last but not least, I want to thank you guys for all the love and support. Way more views on the channel, more likes, more comments, and that's what I like to see. So let's keep it up and I'll keep the content rolling. Don't forget to, of course, explode that like button. It helps me so much, helps my videos, and it just takes 1 second of your time, along with if you are a new viewer to the channel. Haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, we appreciate steady updates in the markets, a nice flow of new and exciting companies, or you want to learn a little bit more about investing, of course, then don't forget to catch that subscribe button. Just takes 1 second, and ring the market bell for notifications. Let's get this channel to 30,000 subscribers, and let's get on with the video. So we got to do comment of the day, and last video, a little bit more political than I like, but it's only because it was the headlines. Of course, we know what happened. The president contracted the global illness, and of course, we will be talking all about comments. We'll try and keep it least political as possible. Martin, first comment of the day, I positioned myself for the volatility for the next few months in both UVXY and SQQQ and bear certificates. While I hold my core positions, which is only minors, just want to swing trade the volatility before and after the election. So far, the president's doing pretty good. Might return to the White House today is what they're saying, so the markets are rallying heavily. And I thought, it was going to go one of two ways over the weekend. We would either see its condition worsen or its condition get substantially better. So far, substantially better, and risk on trade is back today. So everything is essentially up, and we will be talking about that. So, Jay, the survival rate is 99.7 or something like that. Investors and traders base their life off of percentages. 99.7 is a bad one to put your money on the short side, I guess. Harry D, just don't forget the market could drop within 7 days after the global illness hits hard, which could happen. So we're not in the clear yet. Of course, like I said, this is going to be very news dependent on his condition. So far it's looking good, so that's why the markets are green. But if things were to take a turn for the worse, or there was any negative things coming out, then I feel like we could drop substantially. But we'll be keeping our eyes on it. Next comment of the day goes to Lucas. Do you like GE? Personally, I sold GE when it rallied a little bit. I think when it got closer to 10 bucks, I'd have to check the charts. I held GE for a little while. I didn't make any money on it. And then TRP. The only people who like GE are Robinhooders who jump in and out because of volatility. The company is in debt on its butt and has nothing new to offer the world other than giant jet engines, oversold wind turbines, and a not too good financial division. So, controversial. GE was a well-known name, and then of course a bunch of stuff happened to the company. I personally don't hold any GE or don't have any plans to, but once again, you might be right. TRP, one of those Robinhood stocks, just like Hertz. I just don't like those types of businesses. Next comment today goes to Expert Trading, holding 90% TAT and 10% MindMed. I come here for the winners, and holy smokes, TAT is absolutely on fire today. We will be talking about that just a little bit later. We're going to do two more comments. Naveed, have you ever heard on Titanium Transportation Group? If we're in a second wave, which could get worse, the cold weather, then logistics stocks could be huge winners. The company seems to have a great balance sheet, better gross margins compared to its peers, and a blend of tech with their operation. Would love to hear your thoughts, and I would love to offer my thoughts on all of your favorite stocks. So like I said, this week, I'm going to do a video, or maybe a couple of videos, 1 or 2 videos, specifically, viewer requested new stocks. So we're going to take a few seconds right now, and I'm going to get you guys to drop those comments about all the stocks that I should potentially talk about in our upcoming video. We're going to do maybe a top 3, a top 5, and then we'll have to do some sort of my own personal pick, top 3 specific category for October. So we're going to take some time right now, do it. Drop those comments, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back, and I hope you dropped those comments. If you didn't, do it now, and let's get to the rest of this video. Now it's time to dive into the news, and then it will be on with those 3 companies that we have news for all 3 of them. So Wall Street gains on stimulus hopes, hints of Trump hospital discharge. So Wall Street's main indexes opened higher on Monday, His doctor said the president could be discharged from the hospital, where he's being treated for this global illness, while hopes of new fiscal stimulus bill also lifted sentiment. So we are getting a really nice rally for Wall Street along with crude oil. So crude oil soars. Crude oil prices soared on Monday, lifted by the prospect of the president recovering sufficiently to discharge himself from the hospital, as well as increased hopes of new stimulus. So the S&P is up 1.41% to almost 3,400 points, with the Nasdaq leading the show up 1.79%, although recovering from Friday's sell-off. On the week, we've almost clawed back those gains. We're not there yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if the news starts to get better and he gets discharged. Then we could potentially see the rally continue, the recovery continue, as we could say. If we look at the 3-month chart, we're not yet back to 12K on the Nasdaq, but it's working its way up there. Now it's time to take a look at gold and silver before we dive into those 3 companies, guys. So we've got two charts, gold and silver charts. We're gonna take a look at them real quick, and gold is holding steady above 1900, although I did watch it dip below 1900 in overnight Asia trade, but we are getting that nice strong rally. But I want to see gold essentially get above 1920. That's the next level for me that I'm really watching in this gold recovery consolidation, you could say. So we're getting close. We're just like $1.35 away as of right now. And then in terms of silver, 24.48, essentially 24.50 we're trading at. Silver clawing its way back up, consolidating, making a recovery. But once again, I want to see silver get up another $2 per ounce and hold on to 26.50. Because on the longer term charts here, silver looks like 26.50, is a level to watch. So once again, I'm watching for that. Now let's see what Kitco has to say about gold and silver. Then it will be on to those 3 companies. Stay tuned. Just 1 second, guys. Gold prices holding above 1900 as ISM service sector bounces higher. Gold prices continue to hold above 1900 an ounce as the U.S. service sector found some strong momentum last month, according to the latest data from the ISM. ISM said its non-manufacturing index showed a reading of 57.8% in September, up from August 56.9%. So better data. The markets are green, and it's just a rosy environment for pretty much all assets. So interest in gold is back as markets eye U.S. stimulus talks. But what I really think is moving gold and silver today is just stimulus. There's rising investor interest in gold as markets eye progress. The U.S. stimulus talks this week, says Commerce Bank. Talks between the Republicans and Democrats on the new round of stimulus measures in the U.S. are expected to continue after talks with Treasury Secretary Mnuchin. The House of Representatives spokeswoman Pelosi expressed optimism that progress will be made. So we can see here, guys, due to those stimulus talks, once again, the US dollar index is down 0.41% to 93.46. A substantial move to downside, and I like to see this, guys. The dollar is finally rolling over. Gold's coming back up, and I gotta say, I'm happy about this environment. So that brings us to our last thing before we dive into those 3 interesting companies that we're giving you updates about. We're going to talk about them all in just 1 second, but I wanted to give you guys a quick update on our full access insider group, and we have officially updated the group for October. So if you guys are interested in learning, my public portfolio, the stocks I buy or sell, along with all the other stuff that comes along with this group, which includes a weekly private video and a monthly report, dividend calculation and portfolio updates, along with our Facebook group, then check it out. Just $10 a month or $100 per year. Did have a couple people join this weekend, and it was awesome. Thanks so much for supporting the group. And that's all I got to say in terms of the updates for our private membership group, but that new content is in there for October. So now let's get into the news for the 3 companies. The first company is MindMed. MindMed is on the move today. By the time this video drops, we should have already interviewed their CEO, J.R. Ron, live on the channel. So we might be doing some interesting style of interviews, guys. We might be doing more live interviews. This will be one of our first ones in a while. But make sure to stay tuned. Check out that interview if you didn't get the chance. And MindMed's got some news today. So first off, the stock is up 12.2%, back above 90 cents. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that this thing can trade above $1 and kind of hold on to $1. That'd be a really nice level for the stock to trade at. So MindMed partners with NYU Langone Medical Center to launch groundbreaking training program for psychedelic therapies and medicines. So let's quickly read the news. We will be talking to JR about this in just an hour. Says this video is pre-recorded, so the leading psychedelic medicine biotech company On the heels of filing a NASDAQ uplisting application today, announced a funding commitment to found and launch a clinical training program focused on psychedelic-assisted therapies and psychedelic-inspired medicines at NYU Langone Health, one of the nation's premier academic medical centers. The NYU Langone Health Psychedelic Medicine Research Training Program is the first step in a larger initiative to establish a center for psychedelic medicine at NYU Langone Health. So let's get some commentary from the company. So MindMed's funding meets an important need for recruiting more clinical investigators and psychiatrists to the expanding and promising areas of psychedelic-assisted therapies and psychedelic-inspired medicines, which can help so many people suffering from addiction and other mental illnesses. Last but not least, this new endeavor builds upon a long-standing partnership between MindMed's drug development team and the Department of Psychiatry at NYU Grossman School of Medicine, which have collaborated since 2009 on an ibogaine-derived molecule known as 18MC. MindMed plans to soon enter phase 2 trial with 18MC for opioid use disorder patients. So that is very exciting, something I'm really looking forward to. So there is the news. MindMed to commit $5 million to launch and develop clinical training program in field of psychedelic therapies and medicine. So that is some very significant news. Guys, now we've got to talk about another company. I've covered this since the IPO. Stock's down 14.5%, and I'm trying to figure out why. So Tourmaline Metals still substantially above, their IPO price. IPO'd around 27 cents with a 52-week high of $1.80. But let's see what's going on. They did recently announce some news. So Tourmaline Metals phase 2 drilling continues to intersect strong gold, silver, copper mineralization at San Francisco de los Andes. Tourmaline is pleased to announce that recent holes in our phase 2 drill program San Francisco project have intersected broad intervals of gold, silver, copper mineralization. Mineralization with tourmaline breccias tends to be most strongly focused on the roof, margins, and ends of the breccia pipes. Drill hole SFDH018 tested the width of the easternmost lode at the SFDLA breccia pipe and intersected significant gold, silver, copper mineralization. 29 meters at 4.2 grams per ton, 222 grams per ton silver, 16 meters, 5.3 grams per ton, 239 grams per ton silver. So the market might not be pleased with these results. Maybe the market was expecting higher grade results. I'll try to get Brian on for an interview with updates on Fosterville and Turmalina. I think that would be great, but for now I wanted to point out that the stock is down. We'll be covering it, and if we get any more information, we'll definitely let you guys know. The third company we're talking about, and this stock has been on a tremendous run, and it's quite crazy. I can't believe how much this stock has moved up. Tat Lifestyle and Wellness, or the Beyond Tobacco. So we will continue to cover this. Hopefully we'll be making a few more videos about the company, but the stock did hit a fresh 52-week high today at $440, and it's still up 16.13% in intraday trades. So I was trying to pull up some news about the company. So acquiring expertise, Michael Saxon, former growth strategist for Altria, and Philip Morris International, appointed to TAT's advisory board, and that was of October 1st. So that was, I believe that was on last Thursday. So TAT has continued to move since then. And we also have another article, Past, Present, and Future TAT CEO sets the scene for next steps of Beyond Tobacco and new corporate video. So take a look at TAT's video. We have interviewed Seti Coscarella multiple times. Very interesting guy with lots of experience from big tobacco. The company has added Michael Saxon to its advisory board. Mr. Saxon, who has held executive roles with 2 big tobacco firms in the United States, Europe, and Asia, is to advise TAT's management in shaping the company's go-to-market and expansion strategy as it prepares to launch Beyond Tobacco in the United States in mid-Q4 of 2020. So that's coming up very shortly. So as TAT gets closer to their launch, it's a pretty exciting time, and we can see that the stock has moved up quite substantially, guys. So, if you were in anywhere when I first started talking about this company, so far it's been on a tremendous run. This is already a 4 to 5 bagger, and we'll see, people are saying price targets of $5 to $10. Now, obviously be cautious with this one. This is never financial advice. Always do your own research and due diligence, especially with these high volatility stocks. But I gotta say, so far TAT has been a big winner, and a lot of happy people so far. So let's take a look at all the charts now, and then that will be it for the video, guys. So in terms of charts, in terms of the MJ stocks, we are seeing, I believe ACB hit a fresh 52-week low yet again today, or am I wrong? Nope, ACB hit a fresh 52-week low today. Oh my gosh, it never ends for that company. Harvest One, MindMed, and Afia, three biggest gainers on the day. So we are seeing more green than we are seeing red in the MJ sector. Now in terms of the dividend stocks, we're seeing a very nice green day as Algonquin has a very nice run hitting $20 per share, followed by Brookfield Renewables, TD, and Bank of Montreal. So very nice green day for the dividend sector. And in terms of gold and silver stocks, let's get into those now. We are seeing some nice green. Bonterra Resources, First Mining, and Kinross, three biggest gainers on the day. Fosterville not moving, surprisingly. Tourmaline is still down, but not down as much, down 12.98% on those drill results. Now let's take a look at the tech stocks. In terms of tech stocks, we are seeing, of course, MindMed lead the way, followed by Rockwell Medical and Apple. And in terms of our broader 2020 watch list, what is going on in that portfolio? HOU, Tilray, and AMD, three biggest gainers, along with Beyond Meat hitting fresh 52-week highs on the day. Else Nutrition, Uber, and Realty Income Corp, three biggest losers. So anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will have more awesome content on the way. That's it. Always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.